speed, and now we get to see two of the best teams in this bracket. And here's Parker Howley on the first play, and he dials up Julian Gutierrez. And a pickup right at about 7 on the first throw for Parker Howley. And there's a look at the Raptors capsule. The double overtime win yesterday in the big ballpark next door. But you see, that's the first tight fit they've had. They steamrolled through pool play. Howley, another quick throw. Grab made, that's John Caggiano. And we're rolling off names of guys that have played together for 4 years in this program, Kirk, and it makes a difference.
He said they've all been here since day one. So they know each other. Like, the chemistry has been there, and you can see already the timing of these routes on point.
They need 6 on the third play, and did he get it? No, it's 4th down and a yard. Early decision for Jeff Howley.
I think decision's already been made. They're going to go for it. Now, do you crowd the line of scrimmage here a little bit? Because it's just a quick throw that can get you the 1 yard to get you the first down.
Yep. Here's Parker Howley. Pump fake. Tried to back it up. And the Turf get the stop. Firing through was Kane Collins to get kind of in the grill of the Raptors quarterback.
On the play.
Yeah, he came from about 7 yards deep. And with the quarterback moving, Collins went to that outside hip. He was able to distract the quarterback. Could not find a way, an open window to deliver for a first down. And we've got our first big stop of the game, a 4th down stop for this Tucson Turf football team.
So here is Jake Rogers. The ball was released from 4 yards before the inline, so that's where the Turf takes over. And here's Rogers. Got the ball on the perimeter, MJ Roebuck, and a nice defensive play. And there's the young man we talked about at the top, Matthew Fontaine.
He's the tone setter. He's the best rusher that we've seen in this tournament. He had a couple of sacks yesterday, and he's already off to a great start. I love the way that he finds that hip. The upside hip is where you're aiming for. If the quarterback goes underneath, he can't cross the line of scrimmage. That's a good job of knowing where you're on the field by Fontaine.
Rogers has the center and 3 receivers to his right. Snap is high. Fontaine the rush. The throw back inside. And Roebuck unable to pull it in. So now all of a sudden 3 downs.
That's it. This is the final down. Do they find a way to get this ball straight into the end zone? How many plays do you have sort of drawn up on the board to just get you right to the end zone? Or is it a catch and run element?
Yep. So starting at the plus 21-yard line, and now 3rd and goal. Here's the long rush from Fontaine. Rogers going to cut it loose for the end zone. It's a jump ball in the corner, and it's broken up incomplete. The intended receiver was Zarek Sidney, and Ethan Delgado was in coverage for the Raptors.
And 2 stops by both defenses right now. We talked about offense, right? 116 points scored by Tucson, and on the opposite side, when you look at the Rhode Island team, they're 95 points scored, and yet both offenses stall on their first drives.
Yep. So off the 5, quick turnaround. We've essentially had 7 snaps. 4 by the Raptors, who get their second possession here. Howley had a moment, thought about it, now shoots it to the other side of the field. And the catch made over there by Brady Smith.
Yeah, I love the cat and mouse game. The quarterback, Howley, he's just trying to move the safety, trying to create, look one way, get the defense moving to that side, and he's throwing backside. So the discipline has to be on the backside defender to stay on his guy.
Still need about 12 yards to get to the midline.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Shoots it to Smith again. He'll work across the midline and clears it by a yard.
Yeah, they're making him double clutch. They're getting off the first progression. You see how he pats the football. One, it's not there. He gets right back to
first and goal.
Last receive, that last progression, and finds a completion.
Parker Howley. Julian Gutierrez handles one of the premium pieces of the sport, the snap. And that ball's thrown beyond Gutierrez's reach. So across the midfield line. And a visit.
Second and
Parker
goal.
comes to the sideline, talked to his dad, Jeff Howley, who has started this program 4 years ago. We told you about the core 6 guys. And then they've got some competitive kids now that have helped form and make the Raptors a tough out in this bracket.
1, 2,
flag thrown.
3.
Howley to the end zone, looking deep, and Gutierrez there, and now a flag has been thrown there. Looked like Sidney was in coverage, along with Roebuck, I believe. Brian Williams, our referee, or Brian Sullivan, rather, our referee.
There are 2 penalties by the defense. Offsides and pass interference. We're accepting the pass interference. Spot foul, 1st and goal.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a big foul right there. I don't know if this ball was even, I felt catchable, but just getting there late. That hand over the arm, I almost thought it was simultaneous, but restricting the ability to go grab the football, and that's where you're going to get that flag.
That was on the 3rd down play, Kirk. So now at the doorstep is Parker Howley. To his right, crosses, throws, too hot to handle. Flag down. Gutierrez,
he got impeding
receiver
on the offense. 5-yard penalty, 2nd and goal.
So now a penalty against the Raptors. Remember, the down counts here too.
Yeah, so that's a loss of down plus the yardage that comes along with it. So it just pushes them back. It may be a good thing, actually, for these Raptors, because now you got more space to work with.
2nd and goal.
You get inside that 5-yard line. It's also a no-run zone as well, so you don't have the ability to run the football. Now being outside that run zone, you have the ability to run and pass.
Raptors trying to become the first team to score on the Tucson turf in this event. Tucson has thrown 4 shutouts. Howley looks, back foot throw, caught on the back line. Was it held all the way through? Officials are looking, and a discussion point here on the throw to Smith.
I don't know if he got 1 foot down. All he needs is 1 foot. This isn't the NFL game. This is flag football.
But he had to hold the pass too, right?
Yeah, he needs possession and 1 foot down, and that's what the officials are coming together talking about right now. And the way he spots that football, it looks like it's going to be incomplete.
We have possession by the offense. We have a touchdown.
Well, I guess they got the foot down. They came. I assume that they would probably
have decided to go for
call
1.
that one back, but that ball's caught. Possession, 1 foot, then knocked out. That is a catch.
Gabriel Diaz got a hand in. Touchdown, and the first point surrendered by the turf of the event.
Great job by the officials. Got the hand, got possession, 1 foot down. Great catch.
1 point try here to the pylon is no good. Tried to slip it to Caggiano, but the Raptors take the plastic off the Tucson turf defense for the first time this weekend. 6-0 in favor of the Eagles rep. Flag fantasy team the other day. Here's a quick throw. Rogers dumps it in the center of the field. That's Derek Gorey from Sail Point High School, picking up 5 yards. So now let's see how Toby Bourguet's team, Kirk, handles playing from behind for the first time this week.
Yeah, the first time in this tournament. Look, this is a well-oiled machine offensively. A little bit of adversity to start.
Yep. Here's Rogers bailing to the near side. He'll get to the midline, and the flag is pulled there. And that was Manny Reyes sticking a hand in there.
Yeah, pulling out the tricks early, right? You had a little nice possession. They hand it back to the quarterback. So now he's eligible to be a runner and a passer in that situation. So a little trickery from the Tucson turf on this next series.
17-yard run for Jake Rogers, who's shown us plenty of arm power. He's going to hand it on to Roebuck on the end around, and they'll throw it ahead. Christian Diaz, the catch. He'll slide down that far side and hit the pylon for the touchdown. 23 yards. Sean Roebuck
elected to go for 1.
To Christian Diaz.
They do a little end around, they hand off, they get the defense looking one way, but then also making a guy miss. That's what Diaz does. It gets into the end zone. This is what we're used to with this offense. It didn't take long. 3 plays, and they're right in the end zone.
And now grabbing the lead potentially. Here's Rogers eluding the rush. Pumps, throws, and it is caught across the back line.
Extra point conversion is unsuccessful.
So there you go, out of bounds.
First down, Eagles.
So now it's a 6-6 game with 3:02, and you see the moving clock here in this first half.
And what a throw, though. Almost got it in.
Yep.
That's a nice job by Rodgers, evading the rush a little bit, putting it to a spot, and Diaz makes a play.
Howley right back into the middle. He ran into Roebuck, did Gutierrez on the catch. A collision after a 6-yard throw.
Second down.
Parker Howley trying to settle in a little bit here, it feels like, too. Now back to the left side. There's Gutierrez. Flag got pulled there.
The one thing that Howley does is he takes his hand off the football.
Yep.
So it's almost as if he's about to throw it, and you have defenders trying to converge on the nearest wide receiver. But that's what he wants you to do. Once you converge, he hits the ball either over the top or the receiver keeps going, and it gives a little bit of a lane and more of a window for Howley to get that ball in there.
There's Kendron Bourguet, who was right there to pull the flag of Gutierrez for the Tucson Turf. Third down play. Howley in trouble and intercepted. Bourguet stepped right in front of Howley, who was trying to fit it.
Interception by the Cardinals.
And we've got our game's first turnover.
Yeah, watch the left side of the screen. Bourguet just not fooled. He keeps seeing this pump fake to the right. He's not fooled. He stayed on the nearest guy, and he just read the quarterback's eyes. That pump fake to the right, he knew, I got to get to the nearest guy. Bourguet was right there. 2 hands, interception, ball to the Tucson Turf.
Plus 24-yard line for Rodgers now. Just across the midline, they got 3 snaps. Roebuck will turn it upfield, and a terrific play defensively. Matthew Fontaine out in space. Only allowed Roebuck to pick up a yard.
Man, they're making Fontaine work. He's their best rusher. But with the action in the backfield, right?
Second
Having
and
the
goal.
orbit motion, guys going left, guys going right, and you still have the quarterback who receives the ball from the center. They're making Fontaine have to guess who has the football. So a nice strategy I like from the Tucson Turf, making Fontaine number 2 for the Raptors have to work.
By the way, you see the clock winding down. 45 seconds to go. 2 snaps for the Turf here. It's touchdown or bust at the end of this half.
And they get the ball to start the second half. So this is probably their last opportunity to score.
Gorey to the far side, and the ball came off the hand of Rodgers, incomplete. So now they're down to the last snap of the half, and they can take the clock all the way down.
Yeah, I wonder, do you? No need
Third
to take a
and goal.
timeout here.
Right, exactly.
I would say you get 3 timeouts for the entire game, but I would say I would run this clock all the way down and call it a timeout. So at least I know I get the last play. You score, great. You don't score, you don't get the ball, or the ball does not go back over to the Raptors.
They're going to burn this all the way down and run the play. Snap to Rodgers. He'll set right. High flying ball to the corner of the end zone and out of play. Batted away. Sidney was the intended receiver.
Halftime.
And teams will go to the break tied here at 6.
Just like we thought.
Defense.
Well, defense. The 2 high-scoring teams in this tournament, and we've got a defensive battle.
Yeah. So Toby Bourguet's Tucson Turf and the Raptors from Cumberland, Rhode Island, tied at 6. Coach, this has kind of changed spectrums from what both these teams have had early in this event, huh?
Well, we're in a battle. We're in a battle. That's what we anticipated, so that's why we play.
Yeah, the first score given up in this tournament, how do you guys respond?
Well, we get under center and we do what we do.
Hey, Toby, process this a little bit, because we talk about the quarterbacks, but yet you guys are stingy on defense. Great play by your son there with the pick at the midline. They've got a good rusher. I mean, this thing is really going to change gears from what the first 4 games have been really for both clubs, it feels like.
Absolutely. At any given moment, you're going to run into a gauntlet, and this is why you come to tournaments like this. So they're a great team. It's nothing we didn't anticipate, and we'll just get after it. Keep doing what we do.
Appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
Good luck second half.
Appreciate you guys.
Yep. Toby Bourguet on the Tucson Turf. We thought it would be a good battle. A pair of 4-0s. They're delivering through the first 12 minutes of the half at the NFL Flag Championship. Raptors. And Kirk, let's get to the first half highlights. And it's been a defensive game.
Yeah, we got 2 scores, but that's it. We expected more. I expected 2 or 3 touchdowns on both sides, maybe in that first half. But it's been the defensive battle. Who is going to bend first? Who is going to break first?
Right.
You got a couple of plays here and there, but you had an interception, a couple stops. It's just been a defensive battle, something I sure didn't expect in this ball game.
Boy, how about a play by Bourguet to give the Turf a shot in the end zone in the final half minute here, but to no avail, so we're tied at 6. See, Jake Rogers is just 1 of 5 passing after a terrific day yesterday where he threw for 132 and 4 scores. And the Raptors, offensively, Parker Howley's 8 of 11, but to be honest with you, Brady Smith, the touchdown catch, he's been the guy who has found the vacancies in the Turf defensive secondary.
It's been the late in the down offense for the Raptors. If they're able to continue this late in the down, find a guy open, it's going to be great. It's going to come down to the rush, I think, of the Tucson Turf, trying to speed that process up for Howley, the quarterback of the Raptors.
So Turf's going to get the ball here to start half 2. And just like when you talk about full-length games in the fall, this possession right here feels pretty big.
Well, it's a statement. The statement is that we want to come out and show you, hey, we had a rough first half, but this is how our offense looks when we got it going.
First down, Cardinals.
I think you're going to see more of that misdirection in the backfield to slow down Matthew Fontaine, number 2 of the Raptors defense.
Fontaine, center of the field defensively in that front. Here he comes on the rush. Rogers, the quick throw. And up the middle of the field goes Diaz. That's Christian Diaz. 3 catches and a touchdown yesterday, along with 3 tackles.
Second down, runner pass.
And he also is the center for Rogers, who works under center. Pump fake by Rogers, and there's the play by Fontaine again.
He's good.
Boy,
he's good.
Jeff Howley wasn't kidding.
He's the straightest way, or the best way to
Third
get
down,
to a certain point is a straight line. Just watch Fontaine. You put him in one point and tell him to get to that point. I've never seen anybody as fast as he has in this tournament get from point A to point B that quickly.
11 yards to the midline for the Turf. Fontaine again. Quick throw near side. That's Roebuck, and he does the dip and crosses the midline. The dip is basically to lower the body to prevent the defender from grabbing the flag.
And it's all about timing.
First and goal.
Because you have the defenders bearing down on you, but watch that dip at the right second. It's just, it changes the angle for the defender. They're aiming at one spot, and then all of a sudden that point is now an inch or 2 lower. And that's what got the first down there for the Turf.
You know what they call that in your days, don't you?
What's
a
that?
Fine. Because the guy would dip and you hit him above the shoulders.
Absolutely. They're still doing it in college football.
Something out of the check, man. And the throw is caught. Christian Diaz measured out at the 5.
That's just experience right there. That's experience. They had a deep guy running free down the middle. Just watch. But instead of taking the deep shot down the field, they decided to go underneath to Diaz. Picks up the positive yards, and now they're right there at the 5-yard line, knocking at the door.
Second and goal,
of the end
pass
zone.
only.
In the no-run zone now with 2 snaps, Kirk. Gorey and Rogers both in the backfield. Rogers will take it. Shoot it to the end zone. It is caught, and the touchdown. Kendron Bourguet's got a pick, and now he's got a catch for a score.
That looked to be Josh Allen
Touchdown
of the Buffalo
Cardinals.
Bills. If
They
you haven't
elected to
seen
go for
Josh
1.
Allen of the Buffalo Bills, watch this throw. It's just sit back, he's waiting, and just a laser. That is a laser by Rogers. That's a nice walk-off throw from the quarterback. See how he just sees it, he knows it. That's like the shortstop going over to first base. That ball's hitting the middle. That's a laser over there for a touchdown.
1 point extra try here now by the Turf. Play fake Rogers, pressure coming. Eludes again, back to the left, throws, and overshoots the intended receiver across the back line. That was Christian
Extra
Diaz.
point conversion is no good.
So it's
First
still
down,
just
Eagles.
a 6-point lead now. And the Raptors' first possession of this second half starts from its 5. And you see they're already 3 full minutes gone in this second half. 12-minute running clock and NFL flag. Rogers 5 for 9, 52, and the touchdown a moment ago.
Yeah, definitely a rebound. Remember earlier, couldn't get things going. That time he was able to get a couple of underneath throws that set up that touchdown.
Howley, near side. Gutierrez tries to make the move and ran through a couple would-be tacklers, and finally the whole belt got pulled down. But he's out across the 15-yard line. Julian Gutierrez, one of several Cumberland High School products
Second
from Cumberland,
down,
Rhode
runner
Island on
pass.
this roster, and that's a Basically the way these guys have stayed together.
Yeah, they've necessarily guys just watching. They've kind of recruited along the way a little bit because they've been so good. They're like, hey, guys want to join and be a part of what they're building at the Boys and Girls Club in Northern Rhode Island.
So now the clock inside of 8 minutes to play, and Parker Howley in a second down. Remember, 4 chances to get to the midline. Howley across the body, put it up, and it's intercepted. Zarek Sidney, who had an interception yesterday, comes up with a huge takeaway here.
I'll be honest, it all starts with the rush. Kane Collins, number 7, his rush to just get Howley off the spot. See Howley, he's on the spot. Collins gets him off, and he's trying to make a throw going to his left. Just couldn't get the arm strength to throw it. And Sidney right there to step in front for the interception.
So now with a 6-point lead, Jake Rogers brings the offense back out. And a 6-point advantage and a huge takeaway by the Turf on defense. Quick throw and a move in space for Derek Gorey. 2 touchdowns on 2 catches, as Kirk told you earlier.
Yeah, he's just the inside guy, but they find ways to get him the football. He's a check down, but Rogers, such an experienced guy at the quarterback, never seems to be razzled in the backfield.
Rogers had it batted away. Boy, Fontaine is right there.
Yep, he's made my all-tournament team. I don't know if I get a ballot, but on Kirk Morrison's ballot, this is just all-tournament play. The Raptors are in this game because of him.
Right.
Honestly, he's been the force defensively that have really helped out his offense on the opposite side because they're not playing well offensively, but Fontaine's defense is helping keep this game close.
Rogers needs 14 yards here. Play fake, flag is thrown. Rogers going to look. Back here is Roebuck, and look at the dance and spin, but he's going to be well short of the midline, but there is a penalty marker.
We got impeding on the offense. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
So they're going to punt, I'm guessing. And
Cardinals have elected to punt.
So there's the punt.
First down,
That'll
Eagles.
put the ball at the Raptors 5, and the interception goes by the boards. Kendrick Bourguet, a terrific play on the first interception. Equally as good from Zarek Sidney, but no points. Still a 6-point advantage for the Town Cardinals from Glendale, Arizona. And Parker Howley to work. Off his own 5 in a 6-point game. Howley cuts it loose. Gutierrez the catch, and the flag pulled by Kendrick Bourguet. Coach's son's been impacting the ball game today.
Yeah, he sure has. He's been on top of every single offensive player. He's been right there. So he's just following, watching the quarterback's eyes. The quarterback is taking him to those plays. But the way that he's able to rally, come to balance, get the flag. Kane Collins actually was there on Howley, the quarterback. He just couldn't pull the flag. That could have been a sack.
Yep. So Howley here, 2nd down. Count is on. Pressure coming. Going to put it up for grabs downfield, and Gutierrez couldn't hang on to it. Looked like Collins was able to retreat, get a hand as the ball was arriving. I don't think he touched it. Gutierrez is shaken up after not making the catch.
Again, it's Kane Collins with the pressure, forcing the errant throw because Howley couldn't step into it. And I would say that thing also, you got to think about the sun. That football kind of passes through the vision of the sun, and that also, I think, affected the final outcome of why that ball was dropped.
So Julian Gutierrez comes out. Manny Reyes comes in. He'll handle the snap for Howley. Quick throw off the pads, and now picked and going the other way, Gabriel Diaz. Knocked out just in front of the goal line.
Tips and overthrows, tips and overthrows. Just being able to be in the right space at the right time. That ball's thrown behind. It's tipped. Diaz, Johnny on the spot. Takes that all the way back. Gets out right at the 1-yard line. You got to get in the end zone. But Johnny on the spot, tipped right into his hands. And now the Tucson Turf in business.
Caggiano, the intended receiver, 19-yard return.
First down Cardinals, pass only.
It's the 3rd turnover of the ball game. 3rd turnover in a row by the Raptors. Rogers, little scoop, dumped it inside, and the catch is made, and we got the touchdown. The Tucson Turf on the board.
I think Diaz is smiling.
Touchdown Cardinals.
Christian Diaz.
You talk about an underhand scoop. That was, they lined up almost like a rugby formation. Everybody was all bunched in there together.
Yep.
Not a lot of room. That ball's right there at the 1 yard line. You create a little bit of space underhand, and now they've got a 2-point lead.
Yep.
Trying to add on with this 1-point conversion.
So one play, the scoop for the touchdown to Christian Diaz after Gabriel Diaz had the interception. And now it's a 12-point game at 18-6.
Now they'll take and bleed a little bit of clock too. A little gamesmanship here.
Sure.
Realizing they don't, there's a running clock after a score, and they don't have to run the play until this play clock gets all the way down. You can hear the official's voice giving them the play clock.
Snap to Rogers. Fontaine coming with the pressure. Extra point is no good. Nonetheless, still a 12-point game at 18-6 with 2:35 and the clock still running, Kirk.
Well, they've got to score quickly and then utilize those 3 timeouts that they have, because they hadn't used any timeouts in the first half. So 3 timeouts for the entire game. They still have their full assortment of timeouts. It's about scoring quickly on this drive and trying to get one more stop on defense.
Parker Howley to work quickly. Brady Smith the catch. He had the touchdown grab for the Raptors. And they get right at about 6 yards.
Second down.
They got to leave themselves at least about a minute left.
Yeah.
In terms of trying to get a stop defensively, use those timeouts.
Howley back across his body. That's caught. Up the field goes John Caggiano.
They're moving now, and I would say taking a couple shots at the end zone.
First and goal.
As quick as possible and call timeout, because this clock is going to continue to move. The clock is not your friend if you're the Raptors.
There's Howley again. Backside, Caggiano. And it's called a catch. There's a flag added, and I think we're going to get 5 added here.
Yeah, but you got still, the clock is still moving.
Yep, sure
so
is.
I would have called the timeout to at least stop the clock. And now it is stopped. There goes the timeout.
Offense.
So Brian Sullivan spells out the mechanics of the game with 1:21 to go. We'll also get some administration of the penalty.
We got stripping on the defense, half the distance, automatic first down.
So the ball at the 5. Raptors only have 2 timeouts left.
Yeah, so they've got to score here and quickly call a timeout. So they score, call timeout. That'll leave them 1 timeout remaining.
But the Turf will have 4 snaps though.
Not enough time.
I don't think so.
Not enough time.
There's Howley looping, and that's caught. Dancing through the back line of the end zone is Manny Reyes.
We got a touchdown, Eagles. They've elected to go for 1.
We're going to go for 1 to make it a potential 5-point game with 1:04 and the clock is moving. And Caggiano, did he get in or not? Brian Sullivan to tell us.
That clock
is still running.
There goes the timeout.
So in or out?
We got a timeout, Eagles.
Another look
We have
at
an
the
illegal rush on the defense. Half the distance. What's that?
So is it a point or not?
We have an illegal rush on the defense. Half the distance. Retry, extra point.
Okay, so there's the call. So they're going to retry the point.
So they're going to redo it. And to me, that's a disadvantage to the offense.
Right.
I would do it again. If I'm on defense, why not do it again? What's the incentive for me playing the play the right way? I would do another situation in which I'd have an illegal rush. All it's going to do is continue to run the clock.
Clock goes back to 1:03 here.
I'm only going to utilize the rules to my advantage. And if I'm the Tucson Turf, I'm doing the same thing.
Snap. Howley looking again. He'll throw back. Reyes, what a catch. Yes, Manny Reyes.
Timeout, Eagles.
And now the Eagles, with 54 seconds left, make the call. What a catch by Reyes.
Oh, man, he doesn't need 2 hands. He just needs 1. Reyes, look at that.
Manny.
Oh, man.
Welcome to SportsCenter's Top 10.
Here you go. Here.
This is quite a grab.
Go get you some. Oh, yeah. That's
Extra
a nice
point
catch.
Conversion.
That's why you wear that arm
First
sleeve,
down,
too.
Cardinals.
But now with 54 seconds left, clock will start on the snap.
And you've got 4 plays, so there's not enough time.
The Raptors are out of timeouts. Five-point game. Rogers just going to hand the ball, and flag is pulled on Kane Collins after a 5-yard gain. And I think it'll take this snap and maybe one more. Kirk.
Yeah, that's about it. A valiant effort on the Raptors.
Take one more. They're going to be inside 30 seconds before they snap this. A game that did not go as one might have thought, looking at the way the teams had played their 4 games coming in.
Did not expect this outcome in terms of the points. I think the better team won, but the opportunities were there for the Raptors from Rhode Island, but yet just not enough time. They ran out of time too late.
3 straight turnovers by the Raptors proved to be fatal.
Yeah, we talked about offense, and this was a defensive battle.
All right.